Savage.
Study links antidepressants to violence. I've told you this for years. I was the first one in radio to tell it to you after the Columbine massacre. I said, go and look at the kids, see what drugs they're on. You'll find out that these kids were put on antidepressants. And then what we learned was, you can't find out what drugs they were on because it's private, because of privacy concerns. I said, well, then you'll know nothing. But little by little, it came out that not only do the antidepressants raise the risk of suicide, but they also cause a few people to become violent. They found that people who took GlaxoSmithKline's antidepressant Paxil were twice as likely to have what was called a hostility event. They come up with words, hostility event. Let's use common sense. What is depression? Depression is rage turned inside. Did you know that? I make things so simple for you. I didn't say stupid. I said simple, because I can boil things down so you can understand them. I'm an alchemist. What causes depression? In 99% of the cases, depression is caused by rage turned inside, meaning you have no outlets for your rage. You go to work, your mouth is sealed, you can't say what you want to say, you can't curse, you can't joke around the water cooler, you can't look at a woman. Everything at work today, you may as well live in a jail. You go home, you are in a jail at home. You're no longer a man if you're a man. Everything about manhood has been stolen from you. The only outlets you're allowed is to be a moron in a ball field and scream. And scream like a jackass at a soccer field, or scream like a jackass in front of a television set over a ball game. Well, that's really something. That's very ennobling for a man. Men today are under the gun of any race, particularly men who are not prone towards violent outlets, as they may have in a sport that is kind of aggressive, or if some of them take it out in other ways, racing cars, going to a shooting, whatever, climbing a mountain, running, whatever. A lot of men don't do these things, and it boils inside of them. Common sense. Don't you understand what I'm saying to you makes common sense? So a lot of the rage that is building up inside you, you drive to work like I did today to the radio station. A beautiful midday going over the Golden Gate Bridge area, caught in a traffic jam for 1 hour. Why did I get caught for 1 hour? Because the useless schmucks who manned the Golden Gate Bridge didn't clear the bridge after a minor fender bender. Instead, the putzes sat there with the broken glass, and every schmuck who drove by had to look at it. Every moron. Oh, look at that, a broken piece of glass. A terrorist could tie this nation up with one hand grenade. 12 hand grenades, never mind nuclear weapons. 12 hand grenades intelligently placed could stop the nation. That's what a crippled nation we are. The police do very little. They do very, very, very little, and I don't blame them either. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. They're afraid to do anything. So the fact of the matter is, I got tied up for an hour coming to work. It upset me greatly. All right, I'm not going to go out and kill anybody. Instead, I ate a big Chinese lunch and took a long walk, and I had to think through, and I said, what is the big deal? You're tied up, so it's an hour. And I said to myself, you have to talk to yourself if you're a rational person. You have to reason. I said, what can you do? You can't get off the highway. You're stuck here. You just got to sit here. And you know what? I calmed down in the car, and I got to work, and I forgot about it. But what if you have to sit in a traffic jam every day? And you start to boil inside. If you have no outlets for these little rages, it turns in on you, and you become depressed. Now you take a serotonin reuptake inhibitor called an antidepressant, and you want more serotonin squirted out into your bloodstream to feel good. The serotonin is the feel-good messenger, let us say, or enzyme. And apparently enough of it is, too much of it is taken back from your bloodstream. So this class of drugs, the antidepressants, prevents serotonin from being taken back out of your blood, and you have more of the feel-good substance floating around in your blood called serotonin. Well, apparently, in some people, something goes awry, and occasionally something happens with the amount of serotonin that is being kept in the system, or it drops precipitously at a certain point, and the people kill themselves. Suddenly they jump off a bridge or out of their window, or they go and kill somebody. When you start messing around with the human psyche with psychoactive components, virtually anything could happen. It is more dangerous than jihad. In fact, I have said to you 1,000 times that the medical pharmaceutical industry is a jihad of the soul.
You're listening to an encore broadcast of The Michael Savage Show.